What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Listen, I got behind on these Black History Month facts, and I know it's the last day of Black History Month, but listen, we can celebrate Black History Month year round. We're going to get all 28 of these facts in. So, your Black History Month fact for today, I think we're on day 18, 17. We're going to get them all in. Jack Johnson. Now, a lot of you guys are, I'm sure, know Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and any other number of, Evander Holyfield, Sugar Ray Leonard, George Foreman. The list could go on and on and on. Joe Louis. But how many of you guys have heard of Jack Johnson? Let's talk about it. Jack Johnson was a boxer born in Galveston, Texas in 1878. In 1908, he became the first African American to win a world heavyweight crown. The first African American. So all those other names are great, great, great boxers, but he was the first. When he knocked out reigning champ Tommy Burns, the fast-living Johnson held on to the title until 1915 and continued to box until the age of 50. He died in an automobile accident in Raleigh, North Carolina in 1946. So let's talk a little bit about him. The first black heavyweight champion, John Arthur Johnson, was born on March 31st, 1878 in Galveston, Texas, the son of ex-slaves and the third of 9 children. Johnson possessed an air of confidence and drive to exceed beyond the hard-scrabble life his parents had known. After a few years of school, Johnson went to work as a laborer to help support the family. A good deal of his childhood, in fact, was spent working on boats and sculleries in Galveston. At the age of 16, Johnson was on his own, traveling to New York and later Boston before returning to his hometown. His first fight came around this time. His opponent was a fellow longshoreman, and while the purse wasn't much, just $1.50, Johnson jumped at the chance and won the fight. Not long after, he earned $25 for managing to stick out 4 rounds against professional boxer Bob Thompson. I'm going to scroll down to some controversial things about Mr. Johnson. As Johnson became a bigger name in the sport of boxing, he also became a bigger target for white America that longed to see him ruined. For his part, Johnson loved to brandish his wealth and his disdain for racial rules. He dated white women, drove lavish cars, and spent money freely. But the trouble was always lurking. In 1912, he was convicted of violating the Mann Act for bringing his white girlfriend across state lines before their marriage. He was sentenced to prison, fled to Europe, remaining there as a fugitive for 7 years. He returned to the United States in 1920 and ultimately served out his sentence. Jack Johnson had 3 spouses, all of whom were white women, which caused great controversy. His first marriage was in 1911 to Brooklyn socialite and divorcee Etta Terry. Their relationship was anything but stable, and she suffered from depression and ended up unaliving herself in 1912. Just a few months after that, Johnson married Lucille Cameron, but she divorced him in 1924 because of his philandering. A year later, the boxer married Irene Pinu, and the couple remained together until his death in 1946. And like I said earlier, he died in a car accident in 1946. Since his death, Johnson's life and career have undergone major rehabilitation. His alleged crimes are now seen as a result of racial bias in law enforcement. In 1970, Johnson was portrayed by actor James Earl Jones in the film The Great White Hope, which was sourced from the 1967 play by Howard Sackler. Jones's co-star Jane Alexander both received Oscar nominations for their work on the film. 20 years later, Johnson was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He did ultimately receive a presidential pardon. Hold on, let me see. Actually by Donald Trump in 2018. And so you guys can go. There was an actual documentary done on PBS a few years ago. It was a really, really good documentary that dug deep into all of these things that you guys can go check out. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.